everyone, and welcome back. I'm Ashley Molson, and I'm a real estate attorney, and I'm here to help you navigate the complexities of the New Jersey real estate transaction process. If you're buying a home in New Jersey, attorney review can make or break your deal, and most buyers have no idea what's happening. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what actually happens in attorney review. So let's get to it. All right. So attorney review in New Jersey, what it is it is a time period where the buyer and the seller both have attorneys, and the attorneys go over the contract and modify it. And they do that in writing, and they also advocate for their clients, and they try to make changes to the contract that would be better for them. All in all, because both attorneys are looking out for their client's interest, what should happen at the end of the day is you have a pretty even-handed document. Now, there are certain things that you can change during attorney review and certain things that you shouldn't. And we're going to talk about the timeline and what's negotiable. We're also going to talk about what buyers should not do in this phase. And lastly, we're going to chat about why and where most deals fall apart in attorney review. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of how attorney review works in New Jersey. What is attorney review in New Jersey? Attorney review is exactly how it sounds. An attorney reviews the contract of sale that you have signed. You've submitted that to the seller as your offer. The seller signs that document as a symbol of accepting your offer. And the thing is that offer that you signed is 13 pages long, and it's full of tons of contract terms. And those terms aren't ideal for you and for the seller. So in New Jersey, both buyer's attorneys and seller's attorneys have changes that they want to make to the contract. This is also an opportunity to educate you on your rights and your responsibilities under the contract, and to negotiate those terms on your behalf and advocate for you. So as a buyer, there are certain things that you're going to want changed from that standard realtor form contract. And the seller's going to have similar things that they want to change as well. But just know that the purpose of attorney review is to have both an understanding of the terms of the contract and an attorney advocate for you for specific changes that are going to be in your best interest. Now, let's talk about the timeline and what's negotiable. So the timeline part is easy. And here's the biggest myth that exists in New Jersey real estate transactions. The biggest myth is that attorney review is only 3 days long. Everybody likes to say, oh my gosh, I need to go into attorney review and I only have 3 days. And people are saying that because they're told that attorney review ends in 3 days, whether you like it or not. Now, that's not completely true. The 3-day thing, what that is attorney review has to begin within 3 days. The realtor form contract has a clause, and it says that this contract can be reviewed by an attorney, and changes or disapproval of this document must be submitted within 3 business days of being signed. That is what needs to happen within 3 days. Attorney review just needs to begin. So what matters is that once the seller signs your offer, your realtor should be putting you in touch with an attorney if they haven't done it already right away, so that they can start attorney review within that 3 business day period. Now, attorney review can take as long as it needs to conclude. So if you and the sellers are going back and forth and you have very special terms that you're negotiating and you just really aren't seeing eye to eye, but you're almost there and it's taken more than 3 days, that's okay. It can take as long as it needs to, and the parties can take their time negotiating. However, you do want to get in and out of review as quickly as possible. So it could take as fast as 1 business day to get in and out of review if everybody is on board to make that happen and the schedules of everyone allows for that to happen. Now, what's negotiable? So there are certain things that are not negotiable, and it's better that we talk about those because that list is easier to define. This isn't a hard and fast rule, but 99.99% of the time, the purchase price cannot be negotiated. Now, if something does come up that makes the purchase price need to be renegotiated because you found something out, like you made an offer on a 3-bedroom home, but you found out that it's 2 bedrooms, that might be a reason to change the purchase price in attorney review. But 99.99% of the time, nothing like that is happening. And you should pretty much be set in stone with the purchase price that you have offered. Additionally, the type of loan that you are purchasing the property with, that shouldn't change either. Now, if you're switching your loan type to a more preferred loan type, maybe the sellers will be okay with that. But if you've gone across the table with, let's say, a conventional loan, your seller is going to want to see you sticking with that unless, there's a circumstance where that was never really the case and the contract was filled out wrong. You can make that change, but it shouldn't change. Additionally, the amount of money that you're putting down as your deposit. If it's too low, sellers' attorneys may try to change it and increase it, but most of the time, buyers shouldn't be able to reduce it. Now, again, as you can see, there are circumstances where maybe it may need to change, but that's one that you likely don't want to play with. And there is another section in the contract where realtors can write in custom terms. This section is the section that sellers like to see stay the same. They accept your offer based on what's written into this paragraph. It's paragraph 43 of the New Jersey Real Estate Contract of Sale. And paragraph 43 is so special to sellers because that's the thing that usually differentiates your offer. In this competitive market, that paragraph where agents can customize terms ends up becoming the thing that makes or breaks deals. This is typically where you will see you're limiting your ability to cancel the contract for inspection issues. So you may say, we have the right to inspect the property for everything, but we only have the right to negotiate structural issues and environmental issues. A seller, when you start attorney review, isn't going to want to see you change that. When you talk to your attorney, they may try to tell you, hey, when you made that offer, you significantly limited your rights here. And we can change it, but it's highly unlikely that the seller is going to agree. So while we can change it, it doesn't mean that it's going to be okay. So just keep that in mind when you are putting the offer terms into that paragraph 43, that you should understand what is going into that clause. And that is one reason to contact a real estate attorney before you submit an offer if you know that your offer is going to contain terms that significantly limit your rights. Now, you may not know that your rights are going to be limited, but if you have anything that you're putting in there regarding inspections, types of issues, appraisals, you want to call a real estate attorney early anyway. But if you were going to wait, this is when you would want to definitely loop us in earlier. So what buyers should not do during this phase is 1, disappear. Do not ghost your attorney and your agent. This is the time when you have to be as available and as present as possible. The reason is that attorney review moves really quickly. So make sure you're present and make sure you're looking at your phone and your email and you are available to jump on a call if needed. Secondly, do not go out and look for different properties and submit offers on other properties. And certainly work with one attorney because you could very well, think that, hey, you can go and make an offer on another property, enter another attorney review with another attorney on another property and just hedge your risk and see which one is going to conclude first. You don't want to do that because if for some reason on both ends, attorney review concludes, now you're locked into 2 contracts. And then do not share important details that your attorney should know about your worries and your concerns. Share your concerns, be authentic with your attorney. Let them know if you're worried about anything, if you have any deadlines that they should be concerned about, if there's a time that you need to be out of where you're currently living, for example. That is very, very crucial. So where do deals commonly fall apart in attorney review? It is usually during the time when changes are being made to those areas that I told you usually are not being made. So it can fall apart because the buyer made their offer, they didn't understand what the terms were, their attorney guided them and explained to them what they offered, and they're like, oh my gosh, no way are we going across the table with this. That could be something that causes your deal to fall apart. Another thing is, this is very crucial, in attorney review, you and the seller have every right to cancel the contract for no reason at all. So the seller may get a better offer. And if they get a better offer during attorney review, it's very simple for them to cancel the contract. They can just send an email and say, we're no longer negotiating here, we're canceling. And they can do that. You have every right to do that as a buyer as well, but you're not selling a house. So, you're likely not going to cancel the contract in the same way that a seller would. But this is why it's important to move through attorney review quickly. And then lastly, if you take too long to respond, you disappear, you don't respond to your attorney for a couple days, the seller may get cold feet and they may cancel. And the vice versa. If the seller takes too long to respond, you may get cold feet and you may want to move on to a different property because you're just tired of waiting. So being dilatory is not ideal in this situation. All right. So that is how attorney review works in New Jersey. And I post videos 3 days a week. And I also will be hosting a live stream once a week as well. So if this was helpful and you have comments or questions, or if there's topics that you'd like me to cover in another video, please post in the comments below what you'd like to see in the next video. And because I'm going to be coming out with new content with 2 more videos this week and 3 every week and live streams, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can get notified when new videos have been uploaded. Thank you so much. Again, this is Ashley Molson, a New Jersey real estate attorney, helping you navigate the complexities of the New Jersey real estate transaction process. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.